geysers going on in any of his other bases. So we do have the Nexus going down and the expansion right here, but look, the creep goes all the way to this point. So the Zerg does have a nice little entry point here. It'd be great if he would make this Overlord into a seer, so he could stop this this observer from flying around, because I think that Sjow is in a great position right now.
And I see on the production tab 42 Zerglings coming in, so that means that I think the Zerg player Sjow ready to push here. He's got his +1 carapace finished and a lot of Zerglings coming out. The problem for Protoss is, although he has a strong economy and establishes warp gates really quickly, he didn't really get too many splashing units. He's got 2 Colossi out now, but the Zergling pushing down the right side, gonna surround these cannons right away. Thermal Lance is not done. Force field's going up, trying to keep the Zerglings away. Oh my god, he needs to get the force fields up in a better position. Hydra supporting from the back, doing so much damage as the Zerglings completely run around and flank. Force field's going up, but they're not equal to the task. Zergling's doing a huge amount of damage with the support of the Hydras, and the Zerg just cuts right through the Protoss army. The Colossi are still alive. They're going to have to do some magic here to push it back, but Zerg's job is done. He's equalized back to 3 bases and shut down the Protoss gold. That's a huge deal. Now Zerg needs to transition into something specifically designed to take out the Colossi, and he's going to be in a perfect position.
You're absolutely right, and there was a whole lot of good and a whole lot of bad in that battle. As far as the good is concerned, losing those Zerglings, especially considering how many minerals he's sitting on, is like no big deal. So his force fields from Select were actually hurting his own army, as he was just allowing those Zerglings to get in there and do maximum damage to all of the other units surrounded there. So there was actually a lot lost, but you are right, those Colossus are going to turn out to be a big deal, and just massing a bunch of Hydralisks may seem like a great idea, but trust me, it just doesn't really work out. So looking on over, where do we have like a Spire in production, and I've just been bad and not really paying attention to it. Hold on, this army is moving out here, but I don't see Spire for some Corruptors, so maybe he's just going to try to keep up this link pressure.
Yeah, he's putting down an infestation pit, which has finished. Nothing being researched or produced out of it. I assume that's just for Hydras, and he just wants to finish the game, I imagine, with Zergling, Roach, Hydra. Nothing wrong with that, but it can get difficult against Corruptor, or against Colossi. Here we go, better force fields this time, pushing back the Hydras, and Zerg knows he can't deal with that. A complete wall off, taking care of the majority of the Zerg units. Some Zerglings running in to try to deal with this bottom right expansion, but nothing going there. Protoss has to be careful, moving his entire army down just to deal with a few Zerglings, as the Zerglings flood into the main. A lot of force fields going down, but not the greatest, as the Hydralisk doing well here, but got to get back up the... Oh my god, their exit getting shut down, completely shut down as they try to run to the west. Colossus trying to get flanked by the Zerglings. One Colossus goes down, but the Protoss taking a commanding lead here in terms of armies. His supply at 150, the Zerg way down at 90. He's got to turn these 3,000 minerals into an army ASAP, or he's going to get run by the counterattack by Protoss.
Yeah, in fact, that counterattack just needs to come right now. We've got some roaches scurrying out here to the middle, only to be caught by the front of those stalkers, and as you know, those stalkers just make those roaches their bitch, and that is exactly what's going to happen. Again, more army loss, and that's a mistake that just cost the game right there. You know, right here, you see there's not much going on, as this is going to be pretty nasty, as he's going to roll over this natural. He is going to drop down 2 more hatcheries here. Great idea, but maybe just a little bit too late. He's got nothing to do with this Colossi. He had his opportunity. I did like the fact that he sent a little Zergling force down here to try to take care of this, and then went after this. But this army of the Protoss is just too freaking big, and it's good game. And there it is.
Yeah, I think the inexperience of Zerg here really showed through in this game. He really did well to deal with that pylon block, get back into the game with the hidden expansion, but really anyone who's been in a Zerg versus Protoss situation knows you need something specifically designed to take out the Colossi, and he just never had it. And this is a result that you'll see almost every time if you don't have something specifically to deal with Colossi.
And don't forget the infamous, you know, in fact, I expect to see it on Team Liquid, Liquipedia, the infamous spawning pool carnival ride where your drones just kind of like ride the side of the spawning pool to get over to that extractor. So I guess that's how it's going to drop. So I'll give you this opportunity now, Chill, to go ahead and get game number 2.